Hey guys, what's up, what's up? Welcome to another video of the Predator Vlogs. Today I'm coming to you with a different kind of video, one of a kind and probably the first of a long series. Today I wanted to talk about India. India because it's special, it's my home country, and back in the day we in India made a lot of action figures.
Oh my god!
One such very famous line in India is the Masters of the Universe action figure from the late 80s throughout the 90s that was manufactured by Leo Mattel. So Mattel entered into an agreement with a company in India called Blowplast. So they got into an agreement to manufacture the Mattel Masters of the Universe action figures here in India. What happened next was an absolute phenomena in this country where there were He-Man action figures across every town, every city, every small store had these figures. And me growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, I also had a few of these figures. Now, in my collection, I do not have the original Leo figures that I had as a kid because, of course, I played with them. I broke a lot of them. But over the last few years, I've been able to acquire a few more Leo figures into my collection. So today I'm going to talk about the different variants of the Leo Mattel India He-Man that have been made by Mattel back in the day. So let's get started with this video and let's show you some of the He-Man figures that I have. Right. So the first figure that we have in this video is going to be a variation of the Leo Mattel He-Man. This is actually one of the earlier releases of the figure. As you can see, the face is really nice over here. This figure is more than 30 years old at this point, right? So just to have this in such pristine condition, I'm really happy about this. You could see there's a bit of discoloration in the arms and the legs. This is because the plastic has been exposed to the sun for so long now. So the original color of this figure was what is on the torso, and the arms have over time kind of undergone a bit of reaction with the sun and gotten slightly discolored. The best way to understand whether these figures were made in India is through this stamp right here. You have the India stamp right here, Mattel Inc. 1981. You have India written there. So that's how you essentially understand that these were Leo Mattel figures that were manufactured in India. Of course, the faces of the Leo Mattel figures are pretty unique. So once you've seen as many Leo figures as I have, you would essentially be able to just look at the face and understand. Also, the boots are half painted. So you see the paint, the brown does not come all the way up to the top. So that's another clear indication that this is a Leo. The waist mechanism works very nice on this. So yeah, He-Man can kind of go ahead and punch Skeletor or any of the villains. For the accessories, He-Man comes with the trademark sword. Without the sword, you essentially don't have He-Man. So this is the power sword. This is actually half. So as the lore of the power sword goes, you have two halves. One is with He-Man, the other half is with Skeletor. You essentially join the two swords to make them one whole. So you can see right here, it has India written with some of the numbers right there. This is the power sword. The other weapon that He-Man has is actually a battle axe. Now, the original owner of this figure kind of colored this up. This is actually supposed to be in gray. So this also has India written on it, which you can see right at the bottom, right over here. Let me just try and focus it. There you go. You have India written there. And finally, you have the shield. Now, this is also Leo Mattel. You have the red shield. Really nice looking, very classic, amazing action figure for its time. And we're talking about late 80s, early 90s, right? So for its time, amazing action figure. So if I were to put on all the accessories, let me just go ahead and put the sword at the back. This is where it fits. The sword goes at the back right here. Let me go ahead and put the shield on He-Man as well, and the battle axe. All right, so He-Man, classic He-Man, is ready for battle, and that's how he looks. So here we go with another He-Man. This one, as far as paint apps are concerned, is much more cleaner. So you can see a pretty clean face. The paint apps on the body are much better over here. This is slightly yellowish in color. It's a deeper yellowish, I would say, and it has the India marked right there on the back. Pretty beefy, bulky figure. That's what you expect He-Man to look like, right? When you think about He-Man, he's supposed to be bulky, strong. So yeah, the waist mechanism also works on this guy. And let me just put him here. And then we again have the accessories, the power sword that has India written on it. We have the battle axe, and we also have the shield. So this was kind of pretty standard with He-Man figures across the world. So here we go. He-Man is once again ready with his accessories, the sword in his back. He has the battle axe. He's ready for a fight. And let me just put these two He-Mans side by side so that you can see the difference right here. So here we go. You can see the difference between the two He-Mans. Both are Leo India, but there's a bit of difference in the boots. There is a bit of difference in the hair color, I would say. The color of the torso is also slightly different. Yeah, and these are two variants that I have. Let me try and go ahead and show you the next one in the set. This is actually called as the yellow skinned He-Man. Mattel moved away from the traditional red carded figures into the new adventures of He-Man, which were the blue cards. I'm going to show that in detail to you. But this yellow skinned He-Man was probably the last set of figures that were released here in India. These could have been found in stores up until the late 90s. I'm talking about 98, 99, maybe up until 2000, 2001 as well. So this, you can see the skin color is very different from one of the older He-Mans. Let me just bring him in for a quick comparison. You can see he's moved away from the brown into a much more deeper shade of yellow. And the interesting thing about the weapons here is that none of the weapons have the India stamp on it any longer. So you can see the power sword doesn't have India written on it. Let me try and focus. Yeah, it doesn't have India written on it, and the battle axe doesn't have India written on it either. So this is how the manufacturing kind of changed over a period of time, and we had a newer release of He-Man. So now we have He-Man with all his accessories ready. So you can see nice clean head, back of the figure. He still retains the India logo at the back. I hope you can see it through the sword, maybe. Yeah, he still has the India logo there, and this is how he looks. So let me just bring in all the figures that I showed you for a quick comparison, and you can see the difference of how all of these figures look. Alright, so now that we've done looking at some of the loose figures, let's look at how these figures actually looked in packaging, right? So we have one of the earlier releases of He-Man in package right here. As you can see, he has the trademark red card with the boulders coming out at the back, Masters of the Universe, written He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. You have the figure. There's a comic book at the back, which is, I think it's the Siege of Avion. That's the comic book. And interestingly, you have the Leo Mattel logo right at the bottom. So this is the Leo He-Man early release, probably the first or second release that I have on card with me. Quick look at the back of the card. I think we have the different figures that come with the set. It also says that the figure twists, so he swings back with a punch. As you can see, this was actually around about 60 rupees back in the day. So if you were lucky to grab this at 60 rupees India, that was amazing. We had the heroic warriors, He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, Stratos, Many-Faces, Ram-Man, And the Evil Warriors. Interestingly, Zodak is part of the Evil Warriors somehow. It says Evil Cosmic Enforcer. We also have Skeletor, Merman, Triclops, Trapjaw, and of course the jewel of the Leo figures, Faker. And for the last one, as promised, we have the blue card He-Man. So towards the late 90s, He-Man kind of shifted to the New Adventures in the US. And so the figures that were released there had the blue cards. In India, we had the blue cards with the same old vintage figures. So this is the yellow skin He-Man in package. He has the Leo Mattel logo right here. Nice packaging. Figure twists for a power punch. Yellow He-Man. Accessories are behind. No comic books over here, but a nice blue card. If I were to turn it around, we have a small bio for He-Man this time. We have some artwork for He-Man. We have the Heroic Warriors, He-Man, Ram-Man, Teela, and we have the Evil Warriors, Skeletor, Mantenna, and we have the actual image of the Leo Faker right here. So this was the blue card He-Man, and let's put the blue and red card side by side and see how. So just putting these two figures side by side, very distinct, different looks for He-Man. The red card, iconic, and then the blue card, which is a variation, unique because this was only found in India. So collectors pay a lot of money for these figures, and to get them carded right now is very, very difficult. I don't think there are too many left out there. So I'm lucky and privileged to have these two mint on card. The red card, of course, unpunched. Really, really happy to have these in my collection. So let's take a look at the loose figures set up side by side with their mint on card counterparts. This is something that I love doing, kind of just putting up these figures on the shelf and just looking at them. Enjoy the view, guys. So that was the video for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my Leo He-Man figures. This video would not have been possible without so many collectors here in India and abroad who've helped me add to this Leo He-Man collection. I'm not taking any names, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. I'm really happy and privileged that I've been able to add some of these figures to my collection. If you enjoyed this video, go down, drop a like, comment, tell me some of your stories. I know a lot of collectors in India have amazing stories of getting their first He-Man figure in their hands and playing with that. Talk about those stories, and of course subscribe to the channel. If you want more content like this, let us know, and I'll try and bring more Leo He-Man figures and content related to action figures in the coming days. So again, hope you like this, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. See you again. Bye bye.